We are live. Mic check 1, 2. Okay. Hi, YouTube. It's your girl HHG. I'm trying to make sure. Okay, period. That's better. Oh my gosh. How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. It's Sunday. Man, the weeks just fly by. Look for my earrings, but forget it. Hi, y'all. It's your girl HHG. Welcome to my channel. I'm live with an update today. Just to catch up with my YouTube family, because I've been slow rolling. I have been slow rolling, man. Life has been lifing. Hi, YouTube. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast over here. 10 o'clock. Shout out to my family on that pity pat table. I came in with $10, left with $50. I appreciate you, fam. Oh my gosh, my family loves gambling. I do too, but I don't like to lose. See, that's my problem. I don't like to lose. So shout out to my family for that one. Let it go. I gotta let it go. How y'all doing? Y'all talk to me. How y'all doing out there in the world? How's life treating you? I hope life is good. I need to hear some good news because, child, the news I've been getting lately has been really, what's the word? It's been really depressing and sad and I don't know how to describe it. But life has been definitely lifing lately. So I'm gonna wait till a few people get in here. A few folks get up in here. Let me share the live. I gotta go to my phone and share it. Share the live. I'm gonna share the live to people who keep calling me. Keep calling me and asking me, oh, what's going on? I'm not an open book. I share a lot, but my personal life, I do not share a lot. So here's the opportunity right here. Usually I'll be in my bed watching my crime shows, watching Mr. Ballin. I love Mr. Ballin. He made me want to be a storyteller. And I got some stories to share. Let me see. So let me share this with a few folks. I'm well. I'm getting better day by day. It is literally one step at a time in this life. Hey, if you out here breathing, you able to watch this live, God bless you. Okay? You blessed. Like 2 Chainz said, if you woke up this morning, you blessed. Period. Please be blessed. Be safe out there. Be blessed. Be safe. Live your best life, of course. We don't want to forget that. I'm definitely an advocate of living your best life and doing what you want to do in life, for sure. I definitely agree with that. Always, because that's what I'm going to do. Trying to share this live with a couple more people. I'm tripping. Okay. Okay, cool. So what's up, YouTube? HHG. Got a few updates. Want to talk about some things. Want to get into some things real quick. But before we do that, make sure you like this video. Thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for the algorithm. Thank you for the support. It goes a great way. It really does. I want to take my hair out, but I paid so much for this hairstyle that I just want to keep it in. And I'm really starting to realize how two-tone my hair is. So my hair, it grows black, but then by the time it gets to the ends, it turns like a light brown. I think because the sunlight be hitting it. So my hair is really two-tone. It's crazy. I mean, I don't mind it. My husband be wanting me to dye my hair. I don't like to dye my hair. Oops, sorry. I had my hair dyed one time. That's when I didn't have dreadlocks. And dyed hair takes a lot of maintenance. I'm trying to see which way. See my hair? Everything is opposite when you look in the camera. Anyways, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for watching this live. Y'all subscribe to the channel. It's your girl HHG. I'm still out here. I'm still on 2 wheels. Okay? I want to talk about the bike life too. So, where you at? I've been getting that question a lot. Where you at? Where you at? I'm here. I'm still alive. I'm just grateful for that, for one. Thank God for being alive. I'm not in Florida for the time being. I'm not quite sure where I'm going at right now. That's how much life is life right now. Not quite sure where I'm going. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm being heard. Want to lose 15 to 20% of your weight in a year? Let's see. Insurance checker to see if you're Let's see. Okay, period. So I'm being heard. Get back to my notes. I'm not in Florida right now. Not in Florida. I need a break from Florida. Life has really, the last month, it really showed me what life's about, for sure. It's life or death out here. It's life or death. That's what life has been showing me. And oh my God, just what your people tell you growing up, your mama, your parents, your family members, like, keep living. You really see what's up. That's what I've been going through. I've been seeing what I was warned about in life. You know what I'm saying? There are ups and downs. It really is. So I'm not in Florida. I'm in South Carolina. I rode my motorcycle from Florida with all that stuff on the back. I don't know if you've seen that short, but yep, I did it. I made it safe and sound. I changed my back brakes, my rear brakes all by myself. Okay, not all by myself, but with the help of Barbie and the virtual help from Mike. Shout out to Mike. God bless them people. Oh my gosh. I love my biker friends. I love my people in Florida. They like got my back for real. And I love that because I don't have any family in Florida. So shout out to Mike. Mike has every tool, but Mike was a mechanic. So it makes sense. But I didn't fully comprehend that Mike, my biker friend, was a mechanic until I had to use his tools to change my rear brakes. Mike has everything. Every tool you need, he got it. And it's so organized, so uniform. It was beautiful. And he walked me through how to change my brakes through FaceTime. And we did it. We did it. We changed the rear brakes. I made it all the way to South Cat with those brakes. I think I need rotors. Now I need the front brakes done ASAP. But I was able to make it to South Carolina with just the rear brakes. So shout out to Mike for that. I learned a lot that day. Shout out to Barbie too. Barbie is so patient, so loving, so giving, man. You don't meet people like that very often. And maybe there are plenty of people like that, but you don't get to have those people in your life very often. So I love them too, for sure. They helped your girl out. In South Cat for a lot of reasons. My grandma, she not doing the best. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to say nothing negative. You don't want to say what's reality because you don't want it to be true. You really don't want it to be true. But just been here with my family, and that's been a big help to my mental health. Being with family, being around family. Knowing that family is just 15 minutes away instead of 12 hours away. That's been big support. So I'm near family now. I'm in my house I grew up in all by myself, 4 bedroom, all here by myself. But it's a lot of pros to being here. I don't like living here, but it's a lot of pros. Like my bike is in the garage. Um, the riding experience is different here. You got hills here. I love that. I love an incline, a decline. Just it's real hilly here. You got real curves. Down there in Florida, it's just a straight flat land. So I love riding my bike out here for sure. I love the people. The people just so shocked to see a black female on a motorcycle for some reason. But I embrace it. I mean, every stop I make, I get some type of comment, compliment. It's just amazing. Yeah, no, I be out there on my 2 wheels. No shame, no gain. So the bike life is here. It's pretty good. The bike life here is pretty good. When I see other bikers, they throwing down the deuces. I love that about the bikers here. They actually speak to one another. In Miami, you riding by a biker, and when you pass it, you realize it's a moped because the mopeds look like motorcycles down there. It's so different. Like the different cultures are. It's like day and night from Miami to South Carolina. It's day and night for sure. But this is where I'm at for the time being. Not sure for how long, but we gonna rock it out right here in South Cac. The people are way much nicer here too. I love Southern people. Southern people are real sweet and respectful. Of course, you got the outliers, but for the majority, the people here are pretty cool. They're pretty nice. I like that about South Cat. Like today, in the Kroger's parking lot. Oh man, he indirectly asked me to help him find his car. Oh man, grandpa age, legs really swollen, pushing his grocery cart. He couldn't find his car. So I'm like, what type of car you got? What color? What type? He told me like it's a gray Pathfinder. I think it's over there. So I'm looking over there. And I'm like, push your panic button. He get out his keys. He fumbling. He hit it. I think he hit like the unlock button. He hit something. I heard something. I'm like, okay, it's over here. It's back here. Looking, then I spot the Pathfinder. I'm like, oh, Nissan Pathfinder is over here. Is Pathfinder by Nissan? I think so. Yeah, it was a Nissan. It had Nissan on the front. I said, hit your panic button. I'm like, anytime you're in a situation, make sure you hit the panic button. And he did it. In the car, it went to blaring. He was like, oh, thank you so much. I was like, you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, but remember that tip. Hit the panic button when you can't find your car in the parking lot. There's a lot of elderly people here. And unfortunately, a lot of elderly people live by themselves and got to go do all the grocery shopping by themselves. And that's sad. That's really sad, man. Take care of your health. Love your people. I do want to advocate for that. There's a lot of lonely people out here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be lonely. And no old person should be in the parking lot struggling to find a car. That's dangerous. I'm like, what if I was a criminal? But I'm not. You know, God put you in places for a reason. It's starting to bother me. I really want to take down my hair. But I'm just tuck that on back in and let it be. So, yeah, just the people here are different. Very different. And I like change. And I saw something. I think I sent it to somebody, so I'm gonna go back and find it. But it was like a pastor maybe talking, and he was saying, God put you through something when you about to go through a transition. That's exactly what I've been through. And I'm not gonna go too deep into it because it's super personal. And it makes me emotional just to think about it. But Lord, have I been through it. So when you got something new that's about to occur, you got to go through a storm first. And I feel like I've been through that storm and I don't want to go back through it. I'm ready for the transition. So that's what we're going through right now. We're going through a little transition. Even with HondaHarleyGurl, I got some new content coming out really, really soon. I know I always say that, but I really do. I want to try a new format of content. I've been brainstorming, I've been studying, and I'm ready to share. I'm ready to share this new form of content. Know what I mean? I'm ready for it. Period. I'm ready for that. So in South Cat for now, I'm going to be doing some exploring really soon. My bike is good and healthy. It's in the garage. Ooh-wee. I feel really high class having my bike in the garage. Ain't got to put the cover on it. Safe and sound in a garage. In a garage. Shout out to the garages. You lit if your motorcycle in the garage. Whole time in Florida, my bike was not in the garage. That really sucks. It really does suck. But now that I'm here, I'm in a house and it's in a garage. So that's superb. That's chef's kiss. Mwah. Motorcycle is good. Need some front brakes. I probably need rotors. I need to fix one of my signal lights. Oh, and my left highway peg. That thing messed up. I think it got messed up when I hit somebody's car in Miami. Yep. That's what happened. I was lane splitting. And it wouldn't let me through. So I had to push my way through, and I got through. And my highway peg hit the side of their bumper. Child kept going. And I was trying to get out of there quick. I'm like, please don't get my license plate and report me. That's been some time. That was like late last year, late 2024. I haven't heard anything since, so I guess I'm okay. People were cussing me out. Listen, I'm a biker. I shouldn't have to wait in the back of traffic. Y'all know how I feel about traffic. I was not waiting. I can't wait in the back of traffic. It be so hot. You in traffic in your AC. That's different. I'm in traffic with helmet on, no helmet, direct sunlight, getting burned up. Like, I cannot wait in traffic. I can't do it. I'd rather risk the ticket instead of waiting in traffic. I cannot wait in traffic on two wheels. In a car, cool. I'm protected in a car. I got AC in a car. On two wheels, I can't do it. So that's where I'm at right now in South Cat. We got some goals. We ain't gonna be here for long. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Y'all make sure y'all like this video and subscribe to the channel. That really supports the channel. So thank y'all for that. Now, a piece of dust. I want to talk about Africa a little bit, y'all. No, I'm not going back to Africa anytime soon. I'm not going back to Africa, Nigeria, none of the countries in Africa. I'm not going back anytime soon. I would love to go back, but I can't. It's really expensive to go international. It really is. And when you go international, it's cheap to live there, but it's to travel there, it's a lot. It is a lot. So I'm not going back anytime soon. My husband's working on his immigration, so he'll be coming this way. Come on over to the, are we the, you know how we call, oh, the Western world. That's what they call us, the Western world, right? Yeah. Come on over to America. My husband got to come to America. So yeah, not going back to Africa anytime soon. I would like to go live in the islands really soon. I'm not gonna say which island, but going to live in the island would be dope. Um, so working on that. And another thing, this is really for my other channel, Chibuchi HHG. This is really for that. Let me type that in the chat. Chibuchi, CHIBUCHIHHG is really for that. Child. And this is the other disturbing news I received just the other day. Shit crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Life is crazy. A lot of young people have been dying. R.I.P. Jazz. Jazz, my church cousin, died just a month ago, just suddenly. And it's still unbelievable. Young mother just died. Like, what? You know, you used to think that death occurred when you were older, but lately, even just worldwide, just watching the news or watching a crime show or whatever I be watching news from all over, people die so young nowadays. And maybe it's always been like that, but I just been seeing an increase of people dying so young. So RIP Jazz. But in relation to Africa, one of my, I'm just gonna say high school friends, we were pretty cool. We wasn't tight, but we were cool. And I communicated with him when I was in Nigeria, and he was in Kenya. He had moved to Kenya. I don't think it's been a full year. So last year he moved to Kenya, Africa, Nairobi, and got news just the other day that he's dead. And when my friends told me that, I was like, how? He was like, I don't know. I want to know too. I said, I'm gonna find out. I'm low key an investigator. I said, I'm gonna find out. I said, did he die in Africa? Is he back in the States? He ain't know nothing. All he knew was that the dude was dead. So later that night, maybe like it was later, it was the same day. I said, once I get home, settle down, I'm gonna do some research. When I said I did some extensive research and I finally found what I was looking for, dude died in Kenya in the most heinous way ever. And when he told me he died, I knew that dude moved to Kenya. So I'm like, he had to die in Kenya. And he did. He died in Kenya. And the backstory is he got beat to death. Yes, beat to death. And my mind can't let that go yet. So I really got to process that. He got beat to death in Kenya. And I had told my friend that told me this, I was like, oh gosh, I hope he didn't die in Africa because them Africans ain't no joke. They really not. When you American, you really got to move like a celebrity when you in Africa. And that's why when I was in Nigeria, I didn't go out too often. When I did go out, it was like we had a structure. We had a schedule, we had structure, and we moved fairly quickly because you don't want to get recognized as being a foreigner in Africa. People are desperate. Not everybody, but people will try to take advantage of you. So the story goes, and the people say it ain't true, but they said that he went grocery shopping on a Wednesday evening and he was accused of stealing out of the grocery store. And I guess his punishment was being beat to death. And I've been asking some Kenyans, for more details, and they don't really know. And he was at this grocery store called the Quick Mart. The Quick Mart. And apparently this grocery store has a lot of bad publicity of people dying there. Like a couple weeks, like early August, a brother and a sister got beat up in the same grocery store, but a different location. Yup, and then it was some rumor saying that it was some bodies found inside of the grocery store. This is real stuff. Like when I researched, once I found out the detail, I went on a deep dive on it. But the stuff is not, it's not like a lot of research about it. I've been finding it through African vlog pages on Instagrams, and that's how I found out about him. His name was Brandon. And Brandon got beat to death in Africa. And Brandon was a flexer. I give him that. And that's one thing you don't want to do when you in Africa. Any parts, even South Africa. South Africa has white people there. More modern. Any country, really. You want to try to blend in, which is hard. Because as soon as you open up your mouth, people know that you're not from there. So ever since I got that news that he died in Africa, I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, now I have more respect for my husband. Like, he was really protective of me while being in Africa because he know what's up. I've been with him where we both got extorted from the police. The police are greedy. They're heinous. They'll say you did a crime that you didn't do. And it's repercussions. My husband made a good point. I was like really all sad about it. I was like, damn, he got beat to death. Like that's just diabolical. I mean, maybe it's not the worst way to die, but it's somebody I know that actually moved to another country in a continent that I've been to. And he's no longer here because he got beat to death. That it just sounds weird. But then my husband said, that's the way people were punished back in the day. I was like, oh, you know what? You're right. That was a form of punishment for doing a crime. Now, the people I've been getting info from, who I asked for more info from, they both have said it's not true. He had his own money. He didn't steal. And that's how it go in Africa. They can say that you did something even if you didn't do it. The first time I went to Africa, we got extorted, and they try to say my husband did something, and it was weird, but that's their game plan. They try to accuse you of something, and they want money out of you. And I can just imagine just who he is. Once they accused him of that, he got really defensive and was talking shit to him, and they showed him who was boss, and they clearly silenced him for forever. Man got beat to death. So when you in Africa, when you in any place that you're not from, you got to stay on your P's and Q's, and you can't be combative. And I'm not saying that he was combative, but only him, the perpetrator, and God knows what truly happened. And the vlogger who posted about it, she messaged me back and she was like, oh, you all should come together and get justice for him. I don't think there's no way to get justice from him. We in America, he was in Kenya. Them people don't play. I don't really have the energy to fight that battle. I do want to know more detail. That's just for my own personal reasons, just to stay vigilant. It's definitely an eye opener. And I know that I probably would never go to Kenya. And like I said, I spoke to him earlier this year and I was like, oh man, Nigeria, I want to come visit Kenya. He was like, come on. That's dead. Literally, that's dead. That's DOA. So I won't be going to Kenya. But RIP Brandon Johnson. I'm sorry that happened to you, buddy. I don't think you beat somebody to death. That has to be, I don't know. I don't even want to imagine how that feels. That's not a way I want to go out. So yeah, no Africa, no time soon. We working on Africa coming to America, child. Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah. Even when you're traveling to the islands, you got to be careful. And that also brings up a point that here in America, we are truly spoiled. Oh my gosh, yes, we are. We got it made here. Life is not perfect, right? Of course, nobody has the perfect life. Yeah, we have our own struggles, but it's not a common practice for people to get beat to death. You know what I'm saying? It's not a common practice for police to be out there randomly extorting people, because that's what happens in Nigeria. So I thought being in Nigeria was bad when they try to extort you. And I learned to accept that. I'm like, okay, police officers don't get paid well, so they got to take it from who they can get it from. That's why I summed up the extortion in Nigeria. But shit, in Kenya, y'all done took it to a whole new level when my high school friend that got beat to death. Can't even mess with it. And Kenya been having a lot of protests lately. It's been a lot of mayhem in Kenya. So you got to be careful no matter where you go, especially when you are American. So I know sometimes we want to jump ship, jump boat, go move to another country, go live somewhere else, take all these vacations. You got to be careful when you're traveling. You really do. You got to be like incognito or blend in. That's my best solution. You got to have a native with you. Brandon shouldn't even been shopping late at night. You know what I'm saying? Not late. I don't know if it was late, but I heard it was on a Wednesday night. He was shopping in the grocery store. Nighttime, we didn't really move in Nigeria. We moved in the early morning in Nigeria. Like we was going to the market. We went early morning. We had to go run out, even going up the road. My man was very protective of me stepping out because the people not dumb. Some really smart people. And when they see it come up, they gonna try to hit that lick. So RP to Brandon. I hope he wasn't over there being flashy. I mean, he literally went over there and brought a house, a nice ass house. He's always been like a flashy type of person, stayed fresh. I don't know how he was supplying that lifestyle. That's a whole nother story. But he is no longer. Then moved to another country and got killed. So that really sucked. That had me down lately. But you gotta accept the things you can't change and learn from other people's mistakes. So that's what I'm taking that as. It's a learning lesson. Can't do that. So yeah, that's Africa. No Africa, no time soon, child. Ooh, y'all burned my leg. Do not ride your motorcycle with shorts. Okay, and I know this. I've been burnt before plenty of times in the same spot. And I'm still doing the same stupid stuff. Shoosh. I got like 3 burns in a row. It is crazy. On one leg, and then I got a whole fresh burn on the other leg that's healing. Wear your right gear when you're riding on your 2 wheels. That's like a no-brainer, but sometimes I hop on the bike with my shorts on or sneakers on and just get it. But once you hit contact with that chrome, that metal, your ass is burned. It takes 1 second. It's like a 3rd-degree burn too. So yeah, y'all like this video, subscribe to the channel. What's next? That's what I talk about lastly. What's next for me? What's next for HondaHarleyGurl? Can't even say my own name right. What's next for HHG? I love just saying HHG. That's what people call me, HHG. So much simpler. But it's HondaHarleyGurl, even though I don't have the Honda anymore. I'm actually carless. Only got the Harley. And I'm still that girl that gets things done. Period. So what's next? I want to share some new content, a new format. So I'm going to start doing that. I want to explore South Carolina on 2 wheels. There's a lot of places here. Like I recently discovered Lake Monticello. So beautiful out there. I didn't even know that existed. It's like 40 minutes up the road. But what's amazing about it is the route that you take. It's like country roads going through small cities, roads that has trees all around it, very shady roads, nice curves. And then you get to this beautiful lake. It was like, it just feels so good to discover new places. And it feels good to ride those type of roads on 2 wheels because you exposed to the outside. And it's like you're like one, you're like within. It's like you're part of nature. And I love nature. But the ride to Lake Monticello is beautiful. And then I love the low country in South Carolina. And I've been several times, but not on 2 wheels. So definitely want to go explore South Carolina low country on 2 wheels. Maybe even the upstate. I don't know much about the upstate. That's crazy. Been born and raised here, don't know much about the upstate. I know you got mountains up there. So exploring South Carolina. So my bike is my only transportation right now. And I actually been doing some delivery work and I got some content. So I'm thinking about doing a short series of my delivery jobs. It's been fun. It's been very physical, I must admit. Last night I dropped my bike twice. The first time I was on a private gravel road and it wasn't raining, but the road was, gravel, sand, mud. It was a little slippery. Child, I'm trying to get off the dirt road and somehow, I don't know, the bike just slid out of control, hitting the brakes, didn't stop the bike at all. I crashed into the people's sign in the yard, and it was like a wooden post with their house number on it. You know that reflector house number sign? I crashed into that. The sign was right in front of their door, and of course they had a door camera. So I know they got it all on camera. Yo, I was stuck. Let me see if I can show y'all. I was stuck on the people post. And I didn't drop the bike. I was like crashed into it. And I couldn't go forward anymore because the post was in the way. And luckily, it was a house right across the street, right across the road. And I heard a worker working inside. He was hammering something. And I'm like, help, sir, help, help, help. Then I heard the hammering stop. I'm like, sir, help, help. And then he finally appeared in the doorway. I said, sir, can you please help me? I'm stuck. He came over and he was Hispanic. I was like, sir, can you just put your hands right here on the fan and just push me back, push me back? He pushing, he had like he couldn't push me. I was like, sir, can you get on the bike? And I push. He was like, no. So he just pulls the post up out the ground because that's how bad I hit it. I done knocked the shit out the ground. He pulled the post up. I was able to crank up and drive forward, get off the grass, get back on the gravel road. I parked and he takes the post, he put it back in the hole, he patted with his foot. And then he bent the sign back straight. And he pointed at the house. I don't think he spoke English. But I think he was trying to tell me to go tell them sorry, but I knew that they weren't home. It was no car in the driveway, and they had the door camera. And people that got the door camera, I know they get alerts when there's stuff moving around or something come in the way of the door camera. So I know the door camera recorded it all. I thought about going to the door camera and leaving my phone number and saying sorry. But after he put that post back in the ground and he bent that sign straight, I was like, oh, we Gucci. So from afar, I was like, I'm sorry. I just said that. I just had to apologize from afar because ain't no need for y'all to contact me about that. It was a mistake. I did not mean to. Here it go. Yo, I am. I'm stuck like Chuck.
Hello?
And the motorcycle is so heavy. I love my motorcycle, but it's a big thing. It's heavy.
Sir!
I'm trying to curse it.
Fuck. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't
breathing heavy.
Right now. Hello? Fuck. Sir, can you please help me? I'm so sorry to bother you. Oh, shit.
Now, I wasn't on my phone when I crashed, but after I realized I was stuck and the bike was like tilted and stuck against this post, I said, I gotta get this on camera. I can't believe I'm this damn stupid. And what? I'm not even stupid. The bike just got away from me. It literally just slid. The brakes couldn't even stop it from sliding. I got a 2018 Ultra Glide. I feel like I've been tearing it up lately. But this is the post right here. The post with their house number on it, the bike, that fender, that right there was stuck on that post. Child, I had to ask the man to come help me. Eventually, he pulled it out. This is me walking back.
Are you able to get it back in?
I could do it until it's over.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave a message. I got a video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Okay.
So he bent it back into place. You stumped it back into place.
Oh.
Look at my track.
Sorry about that.
I'm talking about sorry about that. I'm petty. This is the type of road. I can't stand roads like this. Look at all that gravel. Child, so that's the first time I dropped the bike yesterday. Didn't really drop it. Just, I'm like, it's so weird how things happen. I'm sliding across the road, and that's the one thing I hit. That's the only thing in their yard. And that's you know what? That was meant to be because that's what stopped me. I'm slipping and sliding on this gravel road. Luckily the post was there. Luckily it was the post that was able to stop me. Child, get out that road. And then later that night, bike down. This was all yesterday. Bike to the side. Y'all, when I dropped the bike last night, I had to pee so bad. TMI, I had to run to the darkest place. I was in a trailer park. Of course, the trailer park got gravel road, small, tight streets. Trying to make a U-turn, came up on a hump. And once that bike lock up, bloop, it was just like that. It just tipped over. I said, God damn. Because I know I can't pick it up by myself. Ran to the darkness real quick, took a leak, ran back. First, I tried to find a YouTube video. And the thing about the YouTube video is that all the YouTube videos show you picking up the bike from the exhaust side, because there's like squeeze the brake, squeeze the front brake, hold on to something, da, 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 da. And plus all the bikes that they're picking up in the YouTube videos don't have that touring pack on the back. See, I got that touring pack on the back, which makes it an extra 500 pounds, maybe 50. That touring pack is so heavy. So I tried to watch the YouTube video. I couldn't even pay attention. I broke down and knocked on the trailer with the light on. I said, could y'all please come out here and help me pick up my motorcycle? Luckily, the lady had a son in the house. He was like, you need help? Well, he agreed to come help me pick up the motorcycle. I was like, thank you so much. I was so embarrassed. I was like, this is the second time I have dropped my motorcycle in one day. The motorcycle was so heavy. Picking it up right there, I was on a curve, another hump. Me and these humps. And you know what? Instead of trying to U-turn on a hump, just keep backing up and going forward. 3-point turning it until you out of that situation. That's what I got to start doing, because I be trying to bust that U-turn, but when you get on that hump, it's hard to get off of it. And those humps be getting me. So we picked the bike up, and then of course the fork is locked. I said he had to give me a boost like 2 times. So we lifted up. I put the kickstand down and caught my breath. Sweating bullets. So I'm ready to pick it up off the kickstand. Could not get it off the kickstand. I said, push me one more time, please. Push me out. He was like, you good. Push me off the kickstand, because I was still on the slope. He pushed me off the kickstand. The fork lock. I put it back on the kickstand, unlocked the fork. I said, give me one more push. He had to push me like 3 times. He pushed me off the kickstand. I was in neutral, able to get in the first. The fork is unlocked, and I was able to take off. I said, thank you so much. Because my bike would have been sitting like this the whole night. I probably would have had to call 911. That is so embarrassing. Like, as much as I ride, I cannot pick up my motorcycle. And the craziest thing, last year I went to go visit Jackie. She in the mountains up there in North Carolina. And Jackie, older than me. Jackie, more than 20 years older than me. Way smaller than me. Small white lady. 2 times my age. Can pick up my motorcycle. Because she picked up my motorcycle. She did have a little assistance. Did she? I got to go back and watch the footage, because I put it on YouTube. Jackie was able to pick up my motorcycle. I cannot pick up my motorcycle. And Jackie rides a sports Kawasaki. I got a whole touring bike, and I can't pick it up. Luckily, when I drop my bike, it's always somebody around to help me. And that's why I never really learned how to pick it up. But it's too heavy. It's too heavy. And I was tired by that time. I was working all day. So yeah, I dropped the bike twice yesterday. And then also, was it last night? I've been grinding so hard, because delivery work is such a hustle. I think this was yesterday. I'm on this. Oh, this is what kills me about South Carolina. This is a con in South Carolina. There's a lot of country dirt roads. Look at this. Man, what? That's not even a road. That's not even a road. That shit was like 1.5 miles long. And it had slopes in it. And as I was going down, it was dark. Coming back up the road, it was dark. It wasn't getting dark anyway, it was dark. Man, get down into the house. It's the old sweet lady. And she tells me, I even hate going up that road. I said, lady, I'm glad you know. I kept it real with her. I said, I was scared. I was scared coming up this road. I don't even want to go back up. But you know, those dirt roads, one way in, one way out. And then they got a nerve to have a sign on my private road, no trespassing. Ain't nobody want to trespass on that. Trust me. Real country stuff. That's what I'm dealing with. So my motorcycle is on transportation. I'm doing a little delivery work, Instacart, DoorDash, grinding. And then you don't know where you're going at when you're going to deliver, right? Of course. Unless you've been there before. Got stuck with that. So this is, I didn't drop my bike on this though. But that was definitely a challenge. You need a dirt bike to go down that road. Get to the top of the road, I had to catch my breath. Then I started hearing weird noises. I had to get up out of there. I thought the KKK was coming for me because it's real country stuff. South Carolina is a real man. Yesterday was crazy though. Dropped the bike twice. What was your first bike? My first bike was a Dyna Super Glide. Yep, a Dyna Super Glide. And you know, they don't even make those bikes anymore. So I got one, but I gave it to my sister and she been riding it. Oh my gosh, it's going on a year. Yep, September will be a year. Last September, I took my second Dyna to my sister. She got it fixed up and I gave it to her. So a Dyna Super Glide, it's like a cruiser. It don't got all that touring stuff on it. But they don't make the Dyna anymore. They make the lowrider, Harley Davidson, Dyna Super Glide. But I love that bike. Oh my gosh. When I get my money right, wait till I get my money right. I'm going to Capital City. I'm going to go buy me a cruiser, cash money. I said this before, but I want to go back to a cruiser. Like my man AB said, you can really swing a cruiser around. You can swing the touring bike around a little bit, but it has a lot of weight to it. And nowadays you see a lot of street glides, road glides, ultra glides without the touring pack on it. And I know why the guys doing that, because they weak. It's like they ain't weak, but them bikes heavy. That touring pack makes the bike so much heavier. Yeah. So the guys, I had to see about 10 bikes on the road today. The guys were either on cruisers or street glides with no touring pack. Or either they don't have the original touring pack like I have. They have like this medium touring pack, like that real slim one. But see, me, I'm a bag lady, and I need all that storage. Yeah, I need all that. So I like the extra space. It just makes the motorcycle heavier because you got the touring pad and you got the 2 saddlebags. And you go on my bike right now, everything's completely full. I got my jean jacket, my rain gear, my bungee cords, my motorcycle nets, my full face helmet. Like, you need all that. If I had a cruiser, I would have to ride around with a backpack on my back, and that's uncomfortable. So, it's pros and cons to all styles of bikes. I mean, I like the sports bikes. I think it's a cool look, but you got to be hunched over, and you can't ride those for long. So, Yeah, child. I done dropped my baby twice. And it's so funny. That was yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday. Friday, I washed my bike up. And then I come out there Saturday dropping the bike twice. But shout out to the people that helped me pick up the bike both times. I'm sorry to the people who post I knocked down in their yard. But we put it back and we straightened the sign back out. Shout out to the man that helped me do that. He didn't speak no English, but he knew what was up. Shout out to the kid that had to come out last night and help me pick my bike up. That was super embarrassing. I know they talked about me. Also, make sure you wear your correct motorcycle gear. Look at this. 3 burns on one leg. 1, 2, 3. That's crazy. That's wearing shorts. Wearing shorts on the bike, right there on the calf. So I got those burns on my both legs. And if I put my legs together, the burns are parallel. Crazy. Best believe I had on pants today. So yeah, that's the new content I want to share. Doing the delivery work on the bike and also exploring Etsy. Next month in September, y'all. We halfway through August. It's August 17th. Crazy. I just hope South Carolina don't put a limitation on your EBT card. I've been seeing a lot of that news. Mr. Trump is going to war with us right about now. But I've been seeing stuff about how different states are implementing you can't buy junk food with EBT. Anyway, that's the only biggest concern when it comes to time for me. But as far as bike life, I have an event September 6th. It's down in Fort Myers. Let me see how far Fort Myers is. My plan is to ride, but I do need brakes, right? Fort Myers, from where I'm from right now, is 9 hours. 607 miles. That's literally 12 hours. Might as well say. You got to go through Savannah, bypass Jacksonville, go through Gainesville, go through Ocala, go through Tampa, past Bradenton, Sarasota, and then you'll get to Fort Myers. I don't know. I might have to catch a flight. That's some riding, y'all. But I may ride this because it's not straight I-95. Miami to South Carolina is straight I-95. This will be I-95 to I-75. Riding through Florida is kind of boring. Riding through like the I don't know. You know what? I guess maybe highway riding is boring. I get bored on the highway. I like the scenic route, but the scenic route will take too long. Anyways, September 6th, Black Mystics are having a sickle cell day party, and I am supposed to be attending. But September 6th is around the corner. What? Oh my gosh, that's in 2 weeks. September 6th is in 2 weeks. So and then my sister's birthday is next month. So, like I said, my sister has my old bike, the Dyna Lowrider, and we never rode together. We haven't rode motorcycles together. So she's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I think I'm going to go. I don't think. We're going to link up for her birthday. She texted me the other night saying that she want to ride to Charleston, South Carolina. And I mess with Charleston. I like Charleston. I don't know why Charleston, though. Charleston is cool, but Charleston, South Carolina triggers me. to be honest. It triggers me a lot. You know, that's where a lot of slaves came through. The port of Charleston. And it's even more southern there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to think about the Charleston ride. Maybe I can get her a ride to this Florida ride. We can do that for her birthday because she wanna ride. She wanna ride like long distance. She hasn't done that with her motorcycle. So Black Mystics Motorcycle Club is having a day party. And then my sister's birthday, and we need to ride together because we haven't rode together yet. We can make some content and just ride. Like, ride with my sister. I can actually ride a motorcycle with my sister. That is so dope. I don't have any family member that rides motorcycles but my sister. And she's a new rider, so I think that'll be cool to ride with her on her birthday. And then in October, we got Biketoberfest, or what is it called? Myrtle Beach Fall Bike Rally. Let me look it up. Let me get the dates for that. I'm definitely going to go to that because my sister lives in Myrtle Beach. That's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach. Damn, I can't spell Myrtle Beach. Fall Rally. Fall Bike Week 2025. Oh my gosh. I feel like they up it every year, September 25th through October 1st. Fall Rally 2025, Myrtle Beach Bike Week. That's the 25th. Hold up. Psych. It's the 29th through the 5th. The 29th through the 5th. September 29th. So it starts on a Monday until that next Sunday. So September 25th through October 5th. So I'll go stay with my sister and we'll do that. She actually lives in Myrtle Beach now. It says must be 21 to consume alcohol beverages. Okay, South Carolina. No open containers of alcoholic beverages in vehicles or public areas. South Carolina law, motorcycle operators and passengers under 21 must wear an approved helmet. So you over 21, you don't have to wear a helmet. Speeding and seatbelt laws are strictly enforced. Well, you don't wear a seatbelt when you're riding, so they must be talking about the vehicles. And no littering. Okay. So AKA is gonna be a bunch of police patrolling. But I'm gonna go. I usually don't make Myrtle Beach Bike Week because I was down there in Miami and that ride is just so long. It's so long and boring. Okay, so September 29th through October 5th. Wow. We gonna see, y'all. We gonna see what's good. I can definitely do Fall Bike Week, though. Oh my God. I got people depending on me to come to Black Mystics September 6th. But Fort Myers is pretty much the bottom of the map, too. Oh my gosh. Would you all ride to Fort Myers, Florida from South Carolina? And, okay, I can't even say much about it. I can't even say. I was going to ask y'all, but I'm not going to debate it on this live. Can't do that. Can't do that. I'm definitely going to ride with my sister in September for her birthday and do Biketoberfest or Myrtle Beach Fall Bike Week, whatever they call it. And the new content. So yeah, y'all. Oh, it's 11/11, make a wish. Okay, I made my wish. It's 11/11 on the East Coast right now. When it's 11/11, you make a wish. It's like they call it angel numbers. But you're supposed to make a wish at that time. Okay. So, recap real quick. I'm in SD now. The riding is good. I love the hills out here. Africa, not going to Africa no time soon. RIP Brandon. I'm just shook by that. I just like beat to death. That's crazy. Okay, if you missed it, my friend out there in Kenya, Africa, was beat to death just recently. Don't know much details. I wish I did, but RIP to him. I was supposed to go out to Kenya and kick it with him, but that ain't gonna never happen. I don't think I even want to go to Kenya ever. Africa is a whole nother world over there. Ruthless. It's lawless. That's for my other channel. Y'all follow my other channel. I got like a lot of content over there about Africa, traveling to Africa. It's especially Nigeria. I can only speak about Nigeria. Only been to Nigeria. But Nigeria is a lawless country too. You can't have guns in Nigeria, but it's not like a lot of mass shooting and stuff over there. I give them that. But you know what? I don't think any crime is greater than the other. Any sin is greater or whatever. But damn, man, I feel like there should be some limits to some stuff. For real. Is it really that bad? Africa, Kenya, or Nigeria, Africa in total. It's a relaxing place. It's cheaper to live. You gotta go over there with a bag. You gotta actually bring security with you, security money. Because once they figure out that you are an American, I don't care if you're white American. Matter of fact, if you're white, that's even worse. But once they figure out that you are an American, you are a target. I will say that. But it is peaceful. You gotta know people out there. That's what I would say about Africa. If you want to have a good time, you gotta know people in Africa. Some people do it, of course, solo dolo. But it is a lot of extortion. But you got to think about it. They don't have everything we have. You know what I'm saying? They don't have consistent electricity, consistent water. Just the little things we take for granted. They don't have that stuff. They don't have mass production in Africa. The infrastructure is way different in Africa. So, I mean, we truly are blessed to be in America, for real. Oh my gosh. Going to Africa will humble you. Going to Africa is very beautiful. It's just an experience. I definitely encourage everybody to go one day, but know somebody. I would never go to Africa if I didn't know someone. You got to know somebody. That's going to any country. All the countries I've been to, I knew someone there. I wouldn't even go to Europe by myself. Because Americans have this reputation. You know, one bad apple spoils the bunch. That's how it goes. And then Americans going to Africa, people think you are rich. And we are rich. We are rich compared to them. You know what I'm saying? We're rich compared to them. So even if you in poverty here, you're more richer than certain people in Africa. Now they got rich people in Africa. Don't get me wrong. They out there driving the Mercedes trucks and the Bentleys and you know all that luxury stuff. They got that, but not everybody, not the majority of people. So RIP to Brandon. That shit sucks. I hope I don't die like that. The power dollars. Yeah. You got money in Africa, you good. You can buy anything. And what's next for HHG? Just some new content. I think for me, I think short content is best for me right now. I just ain't got the patience to edit long stuff. I really don't. I wish I did. I hate editing though. But I gotta stop saying that. Fort Myers, September 6th. Lord have mercy. I may have to take a flight out there. And then ride with my sister. I think that's gonna be really cool. Me and my sister ride motorcycles together. So shout out to all the new riders. If you want to ride, I definitely suggest that you do try to ride these last few weeks in South Carolina. Man, people have just been talking to me. Oh, me and my husband used to have that same bike. That just happened yesterday. Lord, the lady stopped me in the parking lot. Then we both get in the store. She found me again, and we spent like 10 minutes talking about the motorcycle. This one lady today, I just love your motorcycle. She was so sweet. The people be so sweet, but they be so shocked that I'm riding a motorcycle. One person said, I would have never guessed that was you about to ride on that motorcycle. This little lady, they just be so
It's
excited.
my only transportation right now, so I really enjoy it. Yes, ma'am.
I have a friend at work. She got one and she rode it down to the beach.
Oh, wow. Well, I just got.
She's also fake. Oh wow. But she said her co-worker just got a motorcycle and she rode it all the way to the beach. The beach ain't number like 3 hours away. But that was so sweet. And I saw her get in her car and she comes drive up beside me and talking about the motorcycle. But she would just look at the joy in her face. That's what I love about SC. I must admit, the white folks be too excited to see me on the bike. I gotta say it. The white folks be like, what? They be stunned. And they're not used to seeing me around here. I mean, I just got here 2 weeks ago. But when I got my motorcycle, dang, I actually forget. I think it was 2017 when I first started riding in 2017. I was out of here in 2019. In 2019, I moved to Miami. So most of my biker experience is in Miami. Yep, I had maybe a year in South Carolina. It was like November 2017, I got my license, my motorcycle license, in my first motorcycle. And then by 2019, I was in Miami. So the South Carolina people haven't truly seen me on a motorcycle, especially this motorcycle right here. I never rode this motorcycle in South Carolina, just coming and going. But now I'm literally in the streets, up and down the dirt roads, in the neighborhoods, stopping at the gas stations, part of the community. And they're just in shock. And it's cool. I play it cool. I respond respectfully. I'm used to it by now. I got it in Miami too. But here, people actually stop and chat with you. Yeah. And that's just the Southern lifestyle. Southern people are hospitable. We communicate. We take time to pause and talk to each other. So every time I'm out on the bike is crazy. And then when I'm doing the deliveries, that's what I meant to show y'all. Today was crazy. I had to laugh at myself. I had to laugh at myself. Cause I was like, what? It's just you crazy? No, I ain't crazy. I had to get the job done. 20 pack of juice, 2 cases of soda. Shout out to those motorcycle nets. If you're a biker, you need those motorcycle nets. They are a lifesaver. As Franco say, when you put that net on it, it ain't going nowhere. And that's so true. The stuff doesn't go anywhere. This is today. I had to laugh at myself. I don't put the people groceries on the top. Child. Then the whole time I'm on the way to the people's house, I'm praying, please don't be outside. Please don't be outside, because you're going to see me take this stuff off. And they wasn't outside. And I was able to hide behind a tree. Sometimes people be outside waiting on me. Most of the time they don't. Leave the stuff at the door. People are so socially awkward nowadays. It's crazy. Have you ever crashed your bike? Yeah. I crashed my Piaggio scooter yesterday, slippery tire. Oh my God. I'm sorry, boo. I slipped yesterday too and dropped the bike. I crashed into that pole yesterday. I crashed into the back of a car before. Yep. Well, that's the rule of the game. It's 2 type of bikers. I know you want a scooter, but what goes up must come down, honey. You're going to crash. I remember I told a biker friend that. I told him, you know what they say right here? Just got his bike. And I told him, the little biker info. 2 types of bikers. Ones who have been down and ones who are going down. It's inedible. Like, you're going to go down. I think it's a part of the journey. Now, I'm not going to say every biker crash, but you're going to drop your bike. You're going to tip over. You may get in an accident with the bike. And I really hope that you never do, right? That's the goal. We don't want to be out here crashing or nothing, but yeah, you go drop that bike. I dropped it twice yesterday. But yep, I got this this right here. This came from a motorcycle accident. Never had that. And the more I be looking at myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a crooked face now. That's not a dimple. That's from a motorcycle crash. I crashed right into the back of the car. I had my helmet on, but I had the module helmet, that one that pulls up, and it was up during the crash. I crashed into the back of I think it was an SUV. Crashed into the back of the car. I side-swiped the car. I've been kind of T-bone. She was coming at me, but it was kind of like a curve. Yeah. I've been in some accidents. It's no fun. Now, when I feel like I'm about to go down, I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm just prepared. The first thing I think about when I'm about to crash is my mama. I think about, oh, Lord, I got to hear her mouth. Because, everybody, not everybody, but people who don't ride, they think motorcycles are so dangerous. But anything is dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Like, driving a car is dangerous. Driving an 18-wheeler is dangerous. Driving a bicycle is dangerous. As you said, driving your scooter is dangerous. Slippery tires. Just being behind a piece of machine, a vehicle can be dangerous. So, I think it's fun. It's liberating to me. It's liberating. But yeah, I done crashed a couple times. I think out of 4 true accidents, half of them were my fault. Yep. Oh my gosh. I think 4 out of 4 accidents. I mean, I got the wounds to prove it too. This accident right here, that was on gravel. Bike slipped on gravel on Garner's Ferry Road. If you ever got to take an exit and you're going too fast, don't take the exit. That's what happened with that. Slid on some gravel, that bike would get away from you quick. That was my fault. This was my fault. The dent in my face when I sideswiped the car, that was my fault. The only thing that wasn't my fault is when the lady T-boned me. Well, turned into me. That was what she did. She turned into me. And I got that on camera too. I never showed that. I don't know. I feel some way about that. I actually recorded the whole accident. Maybe I'll find it and I'll show it. I usually ride my modified scrambler, but I was going for a date yesterday, so I rode the scooter because my girlfriend liked it. Oh, that's so cute. Y'all be safe out there. I hope you wearing your helmet and your gear. I'm on the talk, right? My legs over here burn. But even though sometimes I break the rules, I still advocate for safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wear my gear all the time. I hate wearing gloves. I hate that. Sometimes I don't like wearing my helmet because it be so hot and the helmet is so heavy. Oh my gosh, I hate that. Sometimes I may jump out there with some shorts on. That's not good. But I don't know, dude. Like you gotta just be careful. It happens though, so don't beat yourself up. I'll definitely say that. Don't beat yourself up because it happens. hmm Two wheels, right? But if anything, I'm gonna do the research. I think there are more car accidents than there are motorcycle accidents. Of course it is because there's more people driving cars than it is people driving scooters and motorcycles. So technically, motorcycles aren't that dangerous when you look at the statistics. But I love riding, y'all. I ride every day because I ain't got no choice. I ride every day. Let me see what else I can show y'all. That's crazy work to me. And when you look at the bike from this perspective, I think it's so huge. And when I dropped it, I don't know if I hit the emergency lights, but they were on. I think once you drop your bike, the bike knows that it's down and it automatically comes on. That's sad work. Sad work. Took me 4 crashes to actually wear some gear. Dang, you sound like me. And I still be out there. I was on I-20 today. I-20 go all the way to Texas. I-20 with no helmet on. But it just feels so good. It's just so liberating. And I understand the risk. I'm willing to take the risk. I know the consequences behind being unsafe, but I don't like okay, with my little sister, I make sure she always wear her gear. You know what I'm saying? I'm quick to preach, wear your gear, be safe, all that good stuff. But I don't always do it. We're not perfect. Sometimes you just want to ride without all the extras. Yep. Sometimes you just want to ride. Friday, it was clean up my baby. And then Saturday, dropped her twice. And before I dropped the bike, see, God be showing you what He be giving you signs because before I dropped the bike twice, I got stuck in mud. My back tire got stuck in mud. But I couldn't record that. I was just too focused on getting out that mud. My back wheel got stuck in mud. So what I had to do, my front tire was on concrete, back tire in mud. So I had to literally push the bike, jolt it out the mud, get more on the concrete, crank it up. I was already cranked up because as I was stuck in the mud, I was hitting the gas and the tire was just spinning. It wouldn't get out the mud, it was stuck. So I jolted the bike forward more into the concrete and then hit the gas. And the shit was slipping. I think it was fishtailing. I don't know. It felt unbalanced. But I was able to get up out of that. So that's what happened first. God will give you little signs throughout the day. He will give you signs when you're going through something. So that was the first thing yesterday. Getting stuck in the mud. Back wheel stuck in the mud. Then I go down the road, getting off the gravel road, crashing to the people pole in their yard. I would love to see that door camera footage. And it's like the bike just jolted. It just became uncontrollable and went diagonal into the people's yard, crashed into that pole. The man helped me out of that. And then that night, I dropped the bike. Just drop. And when I drop the bike, it just be like a tip over. That's what annoys me the most. It just go bloop. It don't be no crash out. It's just a tip over. It was a whole build up yesterday. That was crazy. But I got out of it. Today I was on my P's and Q's. I'm not going down any dirt road. I didn't have to go down any dirt road today. Those crash bars are lifesaver. That part. Yep. And that's what I got on my bike. Crash bars. You're right. The crash bars are lifesavers. And it saves my bike from getting damaged. Because all the times I done dropped my bike, it's not really damaged. I do have a little damage, but it's hard to see. And matter of fact, my damage is not, it's not really damage, it's wear and tear. Yeah, but the crash bars, when I crashed into the back of that car, I had crash bars. That saved a lot of my bike. Yeah, you're right about that. My riding boots were so muddy yesterday. I felt like I was in the field. But I enjoy it because I get to ride all day. And I get my money the same day. I need my money the same day. Ooh, I need my, at least by the end of the week. That 2-week stuff, I can't do. And speaking of that, I'm not doing social work right now. I just cannot handle social work. Everybody tell me, well, that's what you went to school for. Yeah, I know that. Thank you for the reminder. But when I got into social work, of course you don't know everything, right? You're a beginner. But I just can't do therapy with people. I don't want to do any type of social service. It's always drama and trauma in the social work field and a bunch of documentation. Now, I can deal with the drama and the trauma of people's life, but I don't want to right now in my life. I just can't do it. People be going through some shit. You think you're going through something? People will go through a lot of things. God bless people. God bless you watching this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I can't do social work right now. And then the icing on the cake, the social work, is documentation. You got to do notes. You got to be on your computer typing. Make sure you document everything, and that comes down to legal purposes and billing to get paid. I just can't do that. So I am really going through a transition in life. I love social work, but I know that social work is always going to be my backbone. Like, I have 2 degrees in social work, and you always got a job when you're a social worker. So I just choose to do the delivery work right now. I actually like it. I like riding around, seeing new places. I like grocery shopping. Right. Matter of fact, once I get out this, I got some new ice cream sandwiches from Kroger yesterday. I'm gonna eat one. I like just seeing what people buy and cook. You know what I'm saying? I like to be nosy. I like to explore different places and look at this. So my new content is going to be a lot about my delivery work on the bike and exploring South Carolina. And people be like, you got all that stuff on your bike? I literally have people sit in their car and watch me load up my motorcycle. And once I get it loaded up, you shock me. I can't believe you got all that on your motorcycle. I'm like, yes, child. If only you can see what I came up I-95 with. Let me show y'all real quick. Child, I had my motorcycle loaded. Everybody like, you should mail this stuff. You should ship it. I ain't got time for that. I need my stuff ASAP. Shipping ain't guaranteed. And shipping is expensive. So, look at that. I had all that stuff on my motorcycle. I had a whole suitcase on my motorcycle. Here we go. It's a better pic. Child, locked and loaded. Crazy. And honestly, nothing fell. Okay, one thing did fell off. It was a pack of gravy. I had a pack of gravy on my bike. A pack of gravy and some olive oil spray. That's the two things I lost. And that's because I didn't have the bag secure right. But none of that stuff shifted. The whole suitcase stayed on my motorcycle 12 hours. It literally took me 12 hours from Miami, Florida to South Carolina. 12 hours. And it always takes me that long. I had 4 gas stops. It only took 3.5 fill-ups. But yeah, 12 hours up I-95. With all that stuff on my motorcycle when I made it. But let me tell you, what really motivated me and to know that my motorcycle can carry a big load is Nigeria. Being in Nigeria, they got these way smaller motorcycles. They got cruisers, right? I think the brand of the motorcycle is called a Boxer, Boxer. So they got these Boxer cruiser motorcycles, and they're motorcycle taxis. And I kid you not, I can't remember clearly. I think I saw them carrying a mattress on a motorcycle. It was something crazy. It was something crazy large. I used to just be on the balcony watching the motorcycles go by. I done seen 5 people on a motorcycle. 5 people on these cruisers. I got it in my phone. I don't even feel like looking for it. So that was the motivation. I'm like, these mugs are carrying 5 people, big items on a cruiser. And I got this big motorcycle. I know I can carry some stuff. I know I can. Mike was trying to tell me about the weight limit of the bike. I ain't worried about that. When I ride, I have a lot of faith. So that's all I really can depend on. Is my faith. Man, they carry so much on a motorcycle in Nigeria because motorcycles are a main source of transportation, especially on those roads out there. There's 3 people, but I done seen up to 5 people on the motorcycle. So the people in Nigeria really showed me what's really good when it comes to a motorcycle. Oh, a motorcycle can handle a lot. And if there's a will, then there's a way. The most craziest things I seen, I was unable to get it on camera because I was in motion at the time. But when the people come from the market, they got all these groceries, these boxes, all on the motorcycle. And on that size of a motorcycle, it was really encouraging, really insightful. I'm like, if they can do it, I know I can do it. Especially with my touring back. I can feel a lot on my motorcycle. So it's been working out. And actually, a man said to me, he had a street glide. And he saw me pull up with the groceries. And he was like, oh, if I had a rack like that, I can deliver too. I was like, yeah, you sure can. But he had a street glide with no touring pack on the back. And I've been seeing that a lot lately. I saw that today. One thing about SC, the motorcycles, the riders, the bikers, they be out here riding. I definitely love that about SC. Let's see. Plus, cars are expensive in third world country. That part, that's so true. They're expensive. They don't have insurance. A lot of the taxis in Nigeria are imported from Japan. So yeah, that's so true. Cars are expensive. But even like in the DR, they use a lot of motorcycles. And when you go to the DR, Dominican Republic, it's a lot like Africa. It's a lot like Nigeria. I say Africa, but I mean Nigeria. That's the only country I've ever been to. The Dominican Republic reminds me of Nigeria. I've seen people washing clothes in the river. I've seen the motorcycles. A lot of Dominicans are very dark-skinned. A lot of the foods they eat, especially like plantains, they have a lot of culture, a lot of African culture in Dominican Republic. Now, do they want to honor it or accept it? I don't think so, because my tour guide, when I said that, he was like, what? I was like, yeah, this looks like Africa. It really does. It feels like Africa. Yeah, they're a little bit more modern than Africa, but Dominican is not like a first-class country, Dominican Republic. But it definitely gave me Nigeria vibes. But when you do your history, you know that the slaves came from West Africa and the first stop was in the Caribbean. So it only makes sense. Dominicans have a lot of African background. Europe. But that's the way it go. Trying to show y'all the boys with the street glass with no my footage is not that clear. Okay, here goes some. Today, the boys were out there today. They on these big street glides with no touring pack. I guess you can see that. And the second one actually ran the light. I wanted to talk about that tonight, but when you cut off by another biker, how does it feel? That was the first time that happened. I'm going straight. I got the green light. I'm coming through the intersection. Green light. He's perpendicular at the red light. He runs the light in front of me to catch up with the first motorcycle. I guess they were buddies because they end up making a right turn and riding together. But I was like, I wasn't offended, but I was like, damn, another biker cutting off another biker. He didn't cut me off. Like, he had plenty of time to run the red light and cut in front of me, but I think it was a little disrespectful. Now, if I think it was like, if he would have did that to a Hell's Angel or 1% Club, I think it probably would have been a problem. I don't think they would have appreciated that. So bikers, don't be disrespectful to each other. Don't. I think, like I said, I wasn't offended. I was like, wow, he just ran the light. But I said, if that was somebody else would have been offended. I'm going straight to the green light. You sitting at the red light, perpendicular at the intersection. You run your red light, cut in front of me to catch up with your buddy. I'm sure that would have been a problem if that would have been somebody in a club. So that's how them clubs work. It's all about respect. I mean, I didn't have to break or nothing. I was like, damn, that was a bold move. That was my thought process. That was bold. That was low-key rude, but that was bold. And when I saw that he turned off with the guy that was in front of us, the other motorcycle, I was like, okay, maybe that's his buddy or something. He was trying to catch up. But I don't think he should have did that. Because that actually happened to me today. Today, I've been on the road with like a lot of bikers. It was a lot of bikers out today, but it was a beautiful day. Last 2 weeks, it's been real rainy here. So I guess they outside right now, enjoying the beautiful weather, enjoying the sunshine. But I think that would have been a problem if he would have cut off somebody in a club. And the Hells Angels are real deep out here in South Carolina. You know, they don't even speak. They don't throw down the deuces. They don't speak at all. The Hells Angels is straight hellish. They had their women on the back, if that. They don't speak to nobody. That's cool. But I throw down my deuces to everybody, and you speak, you don't, you don't. Now, I've been seeing a lot of bikers, but I have not seen a woman riding a bike yet. So, ladies, where y'all at? Y'all got to get out there and ride and represent. I haven't seen any lady riding a bike. Matter of fact, all the bikers since I've been here for 2 weeks, they all been white males. Today, I saw one black male. Just one. That was the first time. And not that none of that matters, but, you know, I like to take inventory. I like to survey the biker community. I think white men definitely dominate in the biker world for sure. And that's why when I pull up everywhere, people be so shy. Every day I hear it. But people, they love to see me coming. And good. The other day, somebody didn't want to let me get over, and I had to show them. And I wish I was recording. Oh my gosh, I had to show they ass who they outside driving with. He wouldn't let me get over, and I need to make a right turn at the light. Now, mind you, I was getting over late, but it was plenty of space and opportunity to let me slide in. He want to speed up. I said, okay. A truck. I said, I'll cut all y'all. And I did. I went to the top of the light. I cut all the turning cars. It was like 5 turning cars. Another sidebar, another con around in South Carolina, everybody drives slow. The speed limit is even slower here. Speed limit in Florida is probably 65. Speed limit here on I-26, 55. Why is the speed limit 55? I'm going 80. The speed limit 55. 80 in Florida is my minimum. They talking about the speed limit maximum is 55. Really? And you got a lot of roads out here that says 45 miles per hour. But anyway, back to the story. He wouldn't let me get over. It was like 5 cars making a right turn at the light. He wouldn't let me slide on in, so I cut all 5 cars. As the cars were turning, it was a car making a left into a shopping plaza. He couldn't make his left because it was oncoming traffic. I cut on in front of him. I'm literally on the wrong side of the road in front of incoming traffic, zipping past everybody. Because he had done pissed me off at that point because you could have just let me in, but I get it. And also, I know I'm on two wheels and I can get away with stuff like that. And I got gone and I ain't seen nobody after that. I was gone. And when you do stuff like that, you got to get gone. I don't recommend doing that, but I had to show him who's boss. Very dangerous, by the way. What would have I seen? Black guys are more drawn to sports bike than crews. That's true. Now I want to say younger black guys are drawn to the sports bikes. The older black guys, they love the Harley Davidsons. The black guy I saw today, he was on the street glide with no torn pack, no torn, what's it called? Torn pack? Yeah. Yeah, I think the younger black guys like the street bikes, for sure. The OGs, I like to call them the OGs. But matter of fact, they're not really OGs. They just older men with a better bag of money. They go for the Harley Davidsons. Because once you get to know a lot of the men in the biker world, they just started riding. Yep, they just started riding. A lot of people, and don't get me wrong, it's people that grew up riding motorcycles. You know, you always hear that story. But a lot of men just learned how to ride bikes. I know a lot of them who just learned and just brought their first motorcycle. And, you know, I guess maybe it's a midlife type of activity. And then on the contrary, you got the people, I've been riding for 20 years and they put the bike down or then they pick it back up. But what I'm trying to say is the guys who ride the new Harley Davidsons, the cruisers, the touring bikes, they be new to bike life. Yep. I used to do motorcycle interviews. I actually did one the other day. It was a quick one. I want to go back to it. It helped me meet a lot of people. I must say that. Doing the motorcycle interviews, I met a lot of bikers. And that's how I learned about how long people been riding. Because I would ask that question, how long you been riding motorcycles? And it was like virgin years. Oh, 3 years. And they got the latest motorcycle. But I spoke about this before. I don't believe in buying brand new motorcycles. Because what goes up must come down. I never even had a new car before. Everything's being used. And I like nicely used vehicles. And you know, once you buy something new, it depreciates quickly. I might as well get something that's a little seasoned with a little nick in it. And it's new to me. That's how I feel. It's new to me, so it's still new, in my opinion. But I think you're right, Kay, when you say black guys are more drawn to sports bikes. And they are. And then eventually they transition from sports bikes to cruisers. Because they realize that the ride is better. Now the speed is not sports bike speed, but the ride is better. You gotta have a comfortable ride. You got to. Even on my big bike, my neck be hurting. Oh, right there, right at the top of the neck. Oh my gosh. Coming up that I-95, by the time I'm done with my ride, my neck is hurting. That happened yesterday. I was out there just riding and delivering all day. I'm talking about sharp pain at the top of the neck. I got a massage gun. I should massage myself. Just thinking about that pain, my neck started to hurt a little bit. That's one hell of a pain. So I can only imagine on a sports bike, you hunched over like that, laying on that tank. And most people that have a sports bike, they wear a full face helmet. Super heavy. But according to my logic, I think they would. I'm laughing because you know what? I've never seen a sports biker riding with a half helmet. You know the half helmets that we wear when we on cruisers and you know when we on cruisers and up the half helmet, just the turtle shell. I've never seen a sports bike rider riding with the half helmet. Because what I was going to say is, leaning on that thing, hunched over in a full face helmet, that has to be tiring, and that's why they ride so fast to get the A to B. Because they're trying to get it over with. That's not a comfortable ride. It's a fast ride, but it's not a comfortable ride. Now, of course, people do it. They ride long distance with it. But also, your tank is not as big either. I get like 5.5 gallons with my tank. I just filled up today, and I was like at 5.5, and that was with $17. So I'm still getting a full tank with less than $20. So I like my baby, and I can ride all day on that full tank. Most bikers will eventually become cruisers riders as they get older, like my dad. Facts. Okay, that's facts. Facts. Yep. Because your body can't take all that hunch over stuff. And then eventually, man, I seen an OG in Florida on a trike, and when he got out that trike, he was walking with his cane. That man ain't gonna never give up bike life. And I was like, that's motivation. Like, I don't ever want to stop riding either. Like, my husband gonna have to learn how to ride. He wants to learn how to ride. But I was like, damn, OG, you on a trike? Well, like, when you're trike, matter of fact, trike is OG level. When you on those 3 wheels, that means you done been through all the phases of motorcycles. Scooter, sports bike, no, dirt bike, scooter, dirt bike, sports bike, cruiser, touring bike, trike. I think trike is OG level. He got out the trike, and then he started walking with a cane. I was like, salute. But I think eventually you got to give up that sports bike, but some people don't. Some people don't, but they're not going to be riding a sports bike as much as a cruiser. You can get more ride out of a cruiser. Always actually have helmet sport. Bikers are pretty common in my country. You don't see a lot of full face guys say, "Oh, really? That's cool. What country are you from?" Yeah, half helmet sport bikers are not common in the States. Matter of fact, like sports bikers, they spend like $500 on their helmets, full face helmets. The most I spent was like $250 or, $250, maybe a little bit more. It was less than $300. I can't pay no $500 for no helmet. Baby, if my head is meant to come off my shoulders, it's meant to come off. I cannot. That's crazy work. And then they talk about the helmets Aspire and all type of stuff. I'm not paying $500 for no helmet. I hate wearing a helmet, to be honest. That's me being honest. No, safety, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I do not like wearing a helmet. It just feels so much better. And my guy Franco never wears a helmet. Matter of fact, I don't even think Franco owns a helmet. Never been down. For one, he's a mechanic. For two, he don't speed. He do not speed. I give it to him. He don't speed. He sit back. He don't even wear glasses unless, Mike forces him to wear them because it's the law. You at least got to have on glasses. But Franco don't wear a helmet. Never seen this man with a helmet. And recently, he started wearing glasses. But he says that it blocks his peripheral vision. And he's right to an extent. A full face helmet does take away some of your peripheral vision. It has happened. I tested it out. You literally have to do a full turn to get that full peripheral vision. And at that point, you're literally just turning. But that peripheral vision is really important when you ride. So he's right, but he stays balanced because he don't wear a helmet, but he don't speed. And I know it's not always about speed. You can get hit from the back and crash or whatever. God forbid. You know, we never want none of that stuff to happen, but whatever. If it's going to happen, it is meant to be. But he never wears a helmet, and he hasn't crashed out. Oh, I'm from Vietnam. Cool. Oh, wow. Most people here wear half helmets because it's light and more comfortable than a full face. Exactly. My guy from Vietnam said it, and that's why I like my half helmet. With this hairstyle, I can't wear my half helmet right now. Well, I'm about to take it out because my head is itching and my hairstyle is falling apart. That's why I like the half helmet too. It's light and it's more comfortable than a full face, and you get more breeze with it. Vietnam, cool. Never been. I know that's over there in Asia. When I think of Vietnam, I think of war, to be honest. I hope your country is not going through war. But that's cool. I'm about to look that up. Motorcycle riders in Vietnam. I actually want to see what it looks like to see sports bikers wearing a half helmet. I can't picture it. It sounds like it looks weird, but that's your norm. So you used to seeing it like that. I never seen a person on a sports bike wearing a half helmet. But hey, as long as you staying safe, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. I definitely prefer the half helmet over anything. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll keep that statement. Like I said, safety is the most important thing to ride. Right now, I'm riding and I need front brakes. I need front brakes. But see, I know that awareness is important too. I know that I need front brakes. So therefore, I'm stopping way in advance. I'm slowing down way in advance. And I'm using my back brakes a little bit more than my front brakes. Now, is that correct? No, I know it's not. But I got to modify for me in my ride. Shit. There's people out there with no brakes on their car, and that's 4 wheels. I only got to stop 2 wheels. Somebody out here with no brakes on their car. And it's not to compare, but you got to stay safe. You got to stay aware when you're on 2 wheels. And I'll be having new content real soon, y'all. And a lot of times I have content ready to post, but I just don't want to post it. I don't know. I got to get out of that. I got to get out of that. So I'm getting better, y'all. I really am. I really want to put a lot of more focus into HondaHarleyGurl. But HondaHarleyGurl is going through life right now, just like you, right? I'm no different from nobody else. I'm no different from Kay over there in Vietnam. Kay, you speak English because you comprehended me very well. And look, that's my ignorant American way, right? I'm assuming that people in Vietnam don't speak English, but I'm sure that you all do. Yeah, I saw a guy wear a half helmet while riding I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to Google that. Shout out to copy and paste. Let's see. Let's go to Google. Panigale V4. What's that? Oh, that's a Ducati. See, you don't put me on to something new. Oh, wow. A sports bike. I don't be knowing like the model of bikes. But the bike you put in the chat is a Ducati motorcycle. You saw a guy riding with a half helmet. That's dope. Hey, at least he's staying protected. I never seen that. I'm gonna have to go look it up. I never seen that. They be straight full face helmets when they on the street bikes over here. And I get it as well because they don't have a big windshield. Therefore, they got all that wind coming at them. So maybe that's why they wear full face helmets as well. But y'all, it's Sunday night. Oh my gosh, it's Monday morning. Happy Monday. Happy New Week, y'all. Happy New Week. It's true. The most Vietnamese people don't speak English though. Okay, they don't. Okay, but you do. Okay, so I was right. That's what's up. That's awesome to be bilingual. Happy Monday morning, y'all. It's Monday. So new content on the way. I'm just gonna drop it. I'm just gonna stop hoarding everything in my iPhone 15 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. I got so much storage. I have so much footage. It's ridiculous. I have 47,000 photos in my phone. But I've been with iPhone since iPhone came out. The first iPhone. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here because it's Monday morning now. It's after 12. I gotta watch a new episode of Mr. Ballin. I love Mr. Ballin. He tells strange, dark, and mysterious stories. And I'm such a lover of the strange, dark, and mysterious. And I love true crime. And it actually puts me to sleep. And sometimes it gives me nightmares, but I still watch it because I'm crazy. But I like that stuff. I actually learn from it. And it's the social worker in me. But right now, I'm HHG, and I love y'all for tuning in, talking with me for 2 hours. Every time I go live, I don't know how long I'm going to be on live, but it ends up being like 2 hours. The last good time I was on live, I was on live for 4 hours. So I love live, and I'm gonna go live a little bit more. I'm gonna share the new content and see if y'all like it. I hope y'all like it. So y'all make sure y'all like this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Like this video and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Okay, HHG. I'll see y'all real soon. Okay. So it's already Monday, y'all. It's already a new week. Okay. So get your beauty sleep. Or have a great Monday if you already into Monday. I'm sure over there in Vietnam, y'all already into Monday. Let me Google that. What time is it in Vietnam? Hey Siri. Ooh, I'm getting cold too. What time is it in Vietnam right now?
In Hanoi, Vietnam, it's 11:09 a.m.
Yo, you already at 11:09 a.m. Monday. Shout out to Vietnam. You in the future. I love it. It's 5 o'clock in Nigeria. 5 o'clock. So they in the morning time too. Everybody in Monday right now. I think somebody's still in. Oh, West Coast, America is still in Sunday. It's like 9. Hey Siri, what time is it in California right now?
It's 9:09 p.m. in Sacramento, California.
See, California in our past. See, the East Coast in Vietnam, we already on Monday. Cali, y'all still on yesterday. Anyways, y'all, I love y'all. I gotta go. My ice cream sandwich calling me in my bed. And I need some good energy for tomorrow. Let's get it. Well, for today, it's already Monday. I love y'all. We'll talk real soon. I'll share some new content real soon. Yeah, that part. Y'all stay safe, stay aware, stay vigilant, and love yourself, okay? Love yourself. Love yourself. Mwah.